Okay, it went through.
Yep.
Hey.
Hello, hello, testing. We are live. We here for Shonen Ronin episode
26.
26. And we're here for the last issue of the Weekly Shonen Jump of 2021. Issue 52. And it's me, myself, LegendDVash. Haven't been here on a Sunday on a Shonen Roll show. I don't know, 6 weeks, let's say. I've been working long enough. But hey, I'm back. Let's start the show. Let's have a good time. Because we're here with a lovely and beautiful panelists in a 3, in a 2, 1. Welcome, Anime Lately fans and Shonen Ronin manga fans. We're here. Myself, LegendDVash, the beautiful SametheMangaMan, and the sexy Zaddy Ray King of Games, Apollo.
Whoa.
How are we all doing on this lovely afternoon of a Sunday?
You know?
Are we all bloated? Still bloated? You know, from Thanksgiving?
Yes,
No, I only ate one plate. Relax.
Well,
now.
Sam is bloated from last night, definitely, because we AOD.
Yeah.
We AOD, and we did some exercise.
Oh, man. No, I I was well restrained, but I ate good, though. I had one big-ass plate. It was fine.
That's good, man. I'm happy to be here. It's been a while.
Glad to have you back, finally. I know it's been like a year, but, it's all good.
Yeah, it felt weird. I'm like,
you
oh,
gotta work. You're busy. It's all good.
I'm like, oh, shit. I got to record. I got to do a host. I got to stream. Like, damn, I forgot, click buttons, too, switch transition.
You could have let me handle it for the last time.
This is true.
I could have. But we didn't communicate about it. Oh, well, shit happens. It's the last issue, though. The last issue of Weekly Shonen Jump 2021. That's crazy. Yeah. Today's the issue.
Because in Japan, they start December.
Yeah, they start December.
Oh, yeah,
so then in November.
right.
So, like, their new year is actually next week.
That's right. Well, shit.
It's been
on these chapters. Not really, but
we'll do like a whole end of the year or who had the best year and like
we'll have a recap episode in December.
Like sometime during the Christmas break or before because that Weekly Shonen Jump likes to take a break during that week, so that'll be a perfect opportunity
for us to just do a break about that time too. So that'll be a perfect time for us to just do a little nice chapter and actually discuss what the year was for this manga series, and maybe do a chapter or manga of the year. I think is manga of the year, right? Yeah, manga of the year is gonna be hard this year.
Yeah, because I actually read a lot. I haven't watched a lot of shit, so that's gonna be.
I read a lot of stuff this year, so.
And a lot of things got canceled too. Damn, man.
I got axed.
So sad.
I ain't happy about that, but it's fine. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Some survived. Some survived this year.
That is true. Yo, Sakamoto days, right? That's 50 chapters.
That are most important. Sakamoto days and Kaiju number 8.
Agreed.
It's fine.
For me, it's Kaiju number 8, Sakamoto days. I definitely would say Candy Flurry. I wish it was still there because I have some interesting plot going there.
I'm not gonna go into that one, but yeah.
Red Hood. Red Hood has some good opportunity.
Interesting.
That has a good opportunity.
I'm still mad about that one.
They are mad about that one.
But they should have focused on Red Hood, not more on the little kid. I forgot his name already. Wow.
Velu, yeah. I know. I'm sad about it. That mangaka has some talent though, and so I'm assuming she'll be back. And I hope so. Like to destroy all of them. Can't wait.
But we will have a full discussion of the Weekly Shonen Jump 21, like we said, at next month. So let's get to the start of this week issue. This week coverage. We want to do Kaiju No 8 first or My Hero?
Let's do Kaiju first.
Kaiju.
All right. Who wants to start it off first? Ray? Sam?
I don't mind start. It was a good chapter for sure.
It's a good chapter.
We do know that this fight was gonna happen, but we're all seeing these red flags, right? The whole this might be my last fight. I'm gonna take him. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna take him with me. And the future is already bright because we already have a new team of that's able to take care of the future for me. So I'm good going down. Like you literally see all these red flags.
The will of fire will go on, and that always means I'm finna peace out forever.
The art, I would say, in chapter 50 and over the past couple of chapters, since I think the last chapter I spoke about on Shonen Ronins or anime podcast, so I think it was chapter 46 or 47. But I would say that I really have been really liking these art chapters and the focal point of the characterization of we have known about these characters, because we see more of the chief of commander, of why he's a chief of commander and why people respect him so much, because he has such a strong will and he doesn't give up. And like, yes, the will of fire, like he's a guy who always stood above all, but he's getting older, and the more you use these type of equipments, it takes a toll on your body. So he knows that sooner or later he's gonna die, but he was accepting his death. Like, yo, if I die now, I know my daughter and the next generation will uphold what I believe in. So I felt like that was very beautiful.
You got that superhero pose. It's like, yeah, it's my last fight kind of pose. That
Yeah,
energy, almost like the whole Kaioken counting all around him. Like, yeah, this is gonna be my final fight. I'm gonna like do every restraints that's gonna already cost off my life anyway. But you know, it's cool.
It was in page 3 when he said, "Very well, then let's go." He's like, Kaioken powering up. I'm like, my dude, my dude looks like he was Goku there. He's just powering up, Kaioken red.
That was definitely a Dragon Ball moment right there. Very not so much Dragon Ball. But I mean, this was also a good chapter because it gave us some insight into his motivation as to why he's so cold toward his daughter. Or it seems like he's so cold towards his daughter, and that's because that was what his wife was planning to do. She was like, I'm going to harden my heart to train her with the power to survive. And so he was supposed to be dad, the one that she's supposed to love and be around. But then he had to become both, but he couldn't do both. And so he's just like, well, what's more important? Me being her dad or me giving her the power to survive. And so that's what he took on because he lost his wife, which makes sense to me. So I was like, oof, okay. But
I would think it's the other way around. You would think it's the other way around. But
no, I mean, I understand why, because he wants her to survive, unlike his wife did. So it's like, all right, cool. But if this ain't a death flag chapter, I'm not surprised. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he didn't die, because he still needs to be her daddy, like that's what I'm saying. Like I want him to survive for that reason, so that way he can still be dad, because now he can't, after this he ain't gonna be able to fight no more. Let's be real.
Alien Draper has said if the Asile does die, the captain, I think it will be the suit and not number 9 that takes his life, because they have mentioned multiple times that the suit takes life force away from people.
Exactly what I said, because
shortens your life force.
Yep.
Because that's what we found out what happened to her mom. So I wish we see.
I'm like, dead.
Anime where it's like, I wish I could have seen that fight, because I bet it was lit.
Hopefully,
we'll see it.
We will get a flashback scene, but hopefully in the anime, whichever studio takes up the lead, hopefully like this type of anime takes that freedom to extend that flashback and show a bit more of the fight, because I would like to see that. I'm like, oh cool, the mom fighting, but
I would take some.
But the manga was like 2 panels. But I would like to see like a full type of episode or full half an episode instead of a little 1 minute. Like, I don't mind if they do a little One Piece type of filler, little extended.
I agree. I feel like this is the chapter that would do it. It would be basically most of the episode is the flashback of her in that fight and them as a family, which would be sick. I would love that. Yeah.
I actually want to see the animation of them going. Yes, it'd be a lot of that for sure.
They have to have one of the JoJo voice actors in the show just to voice it. Just be like,
let Jotaro voice, Captain. That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be great for the soul voice to do that. That'd be amazing.
Oh, I'd love that. But no, I love Kaiju number 8. It is very good, and to the point where I'm like, okay, I do care about most of the characters that they've introduced. You know what I'm saying? Like, just about everybody that they've given shine to, I'm like, okay, no, I like this character, which is good.
And to add to that, Ray, I love how each character has a reason being there. They're not just here just to be a side character. They each have a purpose in each of the division, as a scientist, as a side character, full side character. Like, each of the character has a story. They're here for a reason. They're not like Yamcha here. So I love how they have a point.
They're not like Yamcha here. Oh no. But no, Dylan, you're right. This definitely gives me a season finale vibe. Absolutely.
I was gonna add to what he said because this feels like if they do one season with two cores, like a one season with two cores, I think this would be a great ending of season 1, episode 24. This would be a nice thing to wrap it up and to leave you with a cliffhanger. I'll be like, fuck, I want the next season. Be like, wait until next year in spring season. I'm like, oh, cool, they have already in production. So like that'll be perfect.
So yeah, no, I'll say, I feel like I say it every week, but I need them to confirm a Kaiju number 8 anime.
Oh, it's perfect. Actually, next month is gonna be Jump Festa, so they will be announcing a lot of stuff. Chainsaw Man.
I'm about to say, hopefully give us an official confirmation of Chainsaw Man.
And Bleach.
And
Bleach.
A date for Bleach would be lit. I would love that. Yeah.
Yo, so many people have been asking, like, so many people saying, like, yeah, I said about Bleach the last year 1,000 euro. And I'm like,
oh, you got the Pochiator? Oh!
He did.
I should have bought one. I didn't buy one.
We actually saw so many at the cons.
Oh, man.
We saw so many Makima. And some of the cosplayers said to bark to other people, like bark.
I mean, there was also a lot of Chainsaw Man cosplay, and
a lot of
actually cosplayed his
the black version, like full demon mode. I think I have a picture. If I think I'll send it to a group chat later. Yeah,
that does sound sick.
It looks it came out very good.
Anime cons are like walking spoilers, bro.
Yeah,
if you're not caught up, you can spoil it everywhere you go. Oh man,
that is a fact. Now I actually think about it.
Now I can't go to a con until I catch up on One Piece. All right, cool.
Oh my god, I'm so happy. Damn, I really want to talk about it on the podcast on Thursday, but I don't know. So good. Just having the experience with James real quick, the 1,000th episode, and James just be like, yo, this was awesome, but I don't know what the fuck these characters are. But this was awesome. And then to hear him,
at least
I just been watching 50 episodes now.
I'm to reading and watching now. So.
I'm like, hey, that's what I want to hear. The whole crew now is doing.
Bro, it's going to take us a long time before we get to the part where it's as good as it is right now.
No, it'll get to you. Once you guys see... And it's not in this lobby. Water 7.
We will be doing One Piece content.
Yeah, One Piece content is coming. Don't worry.
I would say probably spring or summer season. I'm not sure about winter season.
Hopefully before the series ends.
I'm about to say my goal is before it gets close to ending, so I should be caught up by spring. We'll see. So I'm making pretty steady progress, and I'm gonna have plenty of time here soon. So it's fine.
I see what you mean. I don't think our Anime Lately fans on the YouTube side don't know yet, but yeah, if people understand the words that we've been saying during intros and comments, you can read between the lines. But
I'll tell them it's like I'm going on a paternity leave soon because I'm having my first kid, and so I'm gonna be out of here for a little while. Come start of next year, but no, it's all good. So I'm gonna have plenty of time to read all the manga I need to catch up.
So if you guys want to be up to date of his content of him reading,
send them my way. I will absolutely
Twitter,
try my best to read them. Send them
and Discord.
Twitter, put them in the chat. Put them in Discord. Absolutely. So yeah.
But Dylan says Kaiju No is also a 5.5 million copies, with a little over a year worth, and without any anime. That's very true.
It's actually really good.
It was a bi-weekly series, and then there's some breaks as well. So it kind of makes sense of why there's no anime just yet, because Spy Family just got confirmed of an anime not too long ago too.
They just got a picture release, a cover, and
there's a trailer.
Trailer too, and it looks really good. I'm like, damn, you look good.
Life.
So that's amazing. Okay. And I love how James said he's all about them hands. Our boy Luffy, all about them hands.
That's all he ever is about, food and hands. That's it.
you guys will see in Water 7 and later, he's about them hands.
I mean, still, my favorite character so far is Sanji, so we'll get there.
He is also all about them kicks, no hands.
Literally, he no hesitation. You talking shit, put it right in the face. Beautiful.
Definitely. I love it. But any last thoughts on Kaiju number 8? Quick thoughts of how has it come to this year overall for the Jump Plus of Kaiju number 8?
Kaiju number 8, I feel like it came out and we all loved it immediately.
Yep.
We were a little apprehensive because everything, like a lot of stuff had been getting canceled about the time that it came out. So we were a little concerned, which is fair. But I love Kaiju number 8. Like, it's only gotten better, and I hope that it continues to get better, that it continues to get more coverage and press, because the more people that find out about it, the better. And an anime would only help it at this point. So, yes, please, more.
Sam?
Yeah, after a year and a half of the series, technically, fully out, because it used to be on Jump Plus and now it came into Viz and Shonen Jump in itself. I think an anime will be coming soon for sure, and there's so much fun content to actually watch and everything. It literally, I don't mind watching once this is anime. I do not mind watching it week to week, episode to episode, because it gets you interested, it gets you hyped, and yeah, this is gonna be a good story for Shonen Jump and the anime community, and I think and we know once the anime comes out, the sales for the books and everything is gonna skyrocket to the top.
With me, I feel like Kaiju number 8 has been hitting it really well, with a lot of people finding out about Kafka is a kaiju, and then finding out and understanding, hey, you gotta work for the government, which is any type of anime or story trope. So it's not anime, it's story trope that once you're part of the things we're trying to kill, like Attack on Titan and other series that have something very similar, you work for the government and you do what you do to help them to actually destroy the other things we're trying to kill, kaijus out here, and we're slowly learning the universe. But I love how in this series we're learning more about the characters with the universe at the same time. So I love how it's very balanced, and we're learning about other characters past, but also present, and it doesn't feel very rushed, the pacing, and learning about the chief of commander, aka the general, or why he's so well respected. And I love his design, like his whole face structure of his beard. Like my dude got a whole beard going like a zigzag like this. Like what? Like makes no logical sense, but it's anime.
It's
so
very
like
anime Tony Stark. You're right.
Like it literally works.
Fact, we actually get to see his prime fighting.
That would be cool too.
Because he's like, yeah, I've grown weak. I've grown old. I'm not at my peak.
Like, yo,
All Might vibes. Yep.
Thank you. When he said that, I'm like, why does it feel like when he first fought All Might versus the first normal? When he said, when he said, just would have taken 3 punches. I'm like, but why are you taking 100 punches? Like, what's 3 punches then? I need to see this prime All Might. Well, like, what's 3 punches? Like, I want to see this. Like, what was your 3 punches that could do a lot more? Like, that's a huge difference from 3 punches to 100 plus.
I know we'll get to My Hero, but I feel like we're going to get a light novel about All Might.
Oh, definitely.
From Horror,
definitely.
Straight up. I think that's absolutely something we get.
But so I'm hoping this Chief, this is not his United States of Smash kind of thing. I'm hoping that's next chapter at least.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Because number 9 is all about that action too. So we're about to find out.
Yo, number 9, I give it props. So it don't give up. Like it literally don't give up.
It knows what it wants and it goes after it relentlessly.
It really is a parasite. Literally,
it's smart, intellectual parasite. Like it's smart, knowing like its tactics, and it learns. It's like a virus. It learns and it adapts.
Part. It learns and adapts. That's the scariest part about that damn thing. So we know it ain't gonna die. So we'll be curious to see how it goes though.
It has to be the next generation that helps take it down. Really.
Oh, God. I told you, Sam, when he said that, I was like, well, it's potentially a wrap here.
It was like same way like with All Might. All right, I gotta take at least all for one out so the next generation don't need to. Unfortunately, they had to, and this is gonna be the same situation.
Not quite, my man. Not quite, but you know the intent was there. That's all that mattered.
It was. So overall, I enjoyed Kaiju no. It's been a great year. We'll give our full thoughts on the weekly Shonen Jump next month when we do our year-round coverage and everything. But Kaiju no. It's amazing. Chapter 50. It hit the 50 milestone. Also props for that, for the series, for the mangaka. Even though it has a weird schedule of bi-weekly, triple weekly, weekly. I don't know what is inconsistent, not consistent. Overall, I love it. It's
I appreciate it. It means he gets more breaks. He gets more time, effort in the stories and art.
That's the great thing about being on Jump Plus. So, hey, you're on Jump Plus, you can have whatever schedule you want. You don't have to be constrained on having a chapter every single week and feel bad that you're taking a break. So, for you to be on Jump Plus and Viz / on the Jump, thank you for having it on the Viz app so we can still read it because it's fucking amazing.
Like, you know, I hate to ask for more because, you know, I'm not paying a whole lot, but give me more stuff on the Viz app, please.
I'll pay more than $1.99, $5 even. Just hire more people.
Too, if y'all start getting One Punch Man chapters up sooner.
I would pay more if you had like more Jump Plus content onto the
app
itself.
Because
let me pay for both. I'll do it.
I love the international website, but having an app is easier. So having an app is easier, so I appreciate it. Viz, thank you. Other than that, let's jump to the My Hero Academia. The most recent chapter is 315. 315. If you don't mind, can I start off first since I haven't had the chance to discuss it?
I mean, yeah,
sure, go for it.
I'm damn happy. I don't give a fuck what people said that Star and Stripe did not got like more characterization. People didn't get that cast.
Who said that?
I've seen on the timeline. And
timeline ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit.
And mostly people from Black Clover saying a lot of bullshit, saying that Stars and Stripe felt like useless characters.
Fights. They always pick fights on people.
It was
so like.
So I do want to tell y'all the people that said this. Stars and Stripe was a character that we need to understand. It was not supposed to get an attachment character. It was a character that was supposed to detour our character, the villain, Shigaraki, aka All For One. And it was also supposed to give us an understanding of the full power now of Shigaraki. Because he cannot fight right now Deku. Because right now he will probably win against Deku. But if he fought against Stars and Stripe, a person who literally rivals All Might as power and as respect across the countries. So they even give a little small snippet that the government tells what she could do of how broken her power is. So that shows you that when the government says you go and defend us, she has to go and defend us. So that's what it shows. And she had her own squad of commanders. She felt, for me, like the Wonder Woman of the character in this nation. Because she had her own type of Highland commandos. So I felt like that was dope.
Yeah, she felt real Captain America-esque.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you mean by Wonder Woman. Like, but she definitely felt real Captain America-esque. And like the fact that she had a whole unit that she worked with, and they basically, knew how to fight together.
And they knew, she knew, even Cap knows that he's always in the front line before his infantry would go down with him.
I mean, and one of the things is that, I don't know, people say, oh, well, I didn't really care when she died. I mean, I cared because of how much she cared about All Might. Like, the fact that she did not wait for anybody to say that she could go. She was like, no, I owe it to him that I'm going to go.
Like, I owe him a favor. And like, knowing that flashback that he's the one that saved her, and saying that he was inspired, like, it shows you, no matter one save, a chocolate, or something you do just to somebody, they cherish that. I mean, years later.
It's the dichotomy of, Shigaraki. Like, imagine, had somebody saved Shigaraki that wasn't All For One, things would have been way different. But so that's why I'm like, we see the links that Shigaraki's probably going to go to help One For All, because he's the only one to reach out for him when the time was, like, when he needed somebody. Yeah. So the fact that, Cassie she was just gone when she was like, oh, All Might needs help, no questions asked, I'm out there. That's the kind of friend that you want in real life. You know what I'm saying? There were no questions. She was just out there. And I love that about their relationship, because she was like, he inspired me. He did this for me. I owe it to him to go and help him in his time of need. And she was like, I know that I have the power to do it, so I'm going to go do it. And I'll be honest, she's the one who's dealt the most damage to All For One since All Might busted his head wide open.
Yes, like she said, "All right, cool. I'm about to die, but you know what? I'm gonna do this to you.
I'm gonna wreck your whole life
and wreck it inside, internally, and mentally. So he cannot do nothing about it. So, and also, yo, guys, the art in this chapter, like I haven't.
This fight has been one of the prettiest fights Horikoshi's done.
There's a page, I think 333 or 334 that I read. And I was like, there was a skull, and there was All For One, like in all blackness, rip up clothes and everything. And I'm like, this felt like a horror chapter, right? Because just by the skull and horror slap in this chapter, like the way he shows to us and the fans and everything, like he put the focus of how deadly All For One is as a character. Like he was reminding us, like, this guy just wants pure chaos. Because he even said that I was gonna go for you against Stars and Stripe, but I was not ready for you yet. I need to have my body full prepared. I have my minions across the country doing havoc. I have my Liberation Army doing this. I was gonna go to you, but you came too early, so he was going crazy. And the way that panel where he jumped and his face was just full burn and everything, I'm like, yo.
I mean, he said it. He was like, look, I know. He said, I wasn't planning to come and take your quirk until after I had One For All.
One For All. Yeah.
Which would have mean he would have been one of the most OP motherfuckers on the planet. And that was when he was going to be confident that he could fight her.
Yep.
There was a chance he lost his fight, and he says it during the fight.
Yep.
He said, I took a gamble, and it paid off for me. Unfortunately for you, essentially. So it's like, I love this fight. That fight was fantastic because Star's quirk was unbelievably busted. And like, we even know now how busted it is still. I love that quirk, but it's just, if you know anything about anime and manga, she had to go.
Yep.
That quirk was far too strong for that to, exist still.
It's like what I said.
Still being taken effect
the government
the
owns her. Like, the government tells her what to do. Like, she was part of the force. She learned how to fight, and she even was being hard on herself, saying that she cannot make her stronger. Like, she cannot put any more stress on her body.
I mean, and that's another one of those things where it's like,
and plus her own bro says like, yo, bro, you good.
That's the problem. Like, people comparing themselves to All Might and wanting to be like him when that's not possible. And that's what they keep, like, that's what we keep getting, like, what keeps being reiterated to us. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I wish I was as strong as All Might. If I was as strong as All Might, I could have done. But then nobody's going to be as strong as All Might except for Deku.
Yeah, like, you don't have his quirk. Like, your quirk is broken already.
You see, like, her brother's like, yo, like, even though All Might was your hero and you're doing all, and you see him as the greatest hero of all, we see you as the greatest hero.
Like, you're our greatest hero. And when her bros saw her die, they said, you was the greatest hero to us. And I'm like, damn. Like, they can't do shit about it. All they have is utmost respect for her, for what she just did. Like, she literally put
and she sacrificed herself to save them. Because they were planning to sacrifice themselves for her.
Yeah.
She said, nah.
And, like, she even, like, made the joke, yeah, guys, don't get yourself killed for my sake and all that stuff. And, like, no. It's me, like the whole Captain America. I'm first before any of you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I could take the damage, you guys can't. So I like just saying that for this chapter of this arc of like what, like 7 chapters, 6 chapters at
Something
most.
Like that. But I mean, I loved every chapter.
Same.
And it didn't go to waste. Like, literally, they were recording this entire fight, knowing what
they got information.
What her sacrifice came into. Like, how far Cassie had come.
Only thing that hasn't been that's come to fruition from this fight yet is old boy that randomly got introduced right at the end when he ran off to get rid of the quirk.
Yeah,
right.
That's something that I'm like, okay, that was a really weird last minute addition. I don't know anything about the character. If he showed up before, been mentioned somewhere before,
he was the criminal. He was one of
he
the
said
people.
He was a criminal.
I know he was one of the
convicted.
I'm like,
but he went to hide.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I'm waiting for them to kind of like bring back.
But
what's up with that?
I feel like it was a throwaway character because he came to just give the quirk, but then she said, "Nah, pause. You can't give a little quirk because my quirk is actually staying here."
Right.
So there was a condition for the All for One quirk where he can bestow it and he can take it the quirk,
but he can't give.
What he was trying to plan to do was to take this guy's quirk first and then give him the revolt. Give him the revolt quirk to him.
Yeah, the rule quirk, but she couldn't do that.
Because I'm like, that was a real random person to bring up all of a sudden. And where is he now? Is he dead? Did he leave him there? What happened?
Decayed him?
I don't know. We'll find out. But no, these fights, Star was one of my favorite characters that he's brought in recently. Like straight up, I feel like the perfect embodiment of what America, is kind of in that situation. I was like, yep, that seems like a hero. That's the number one hero from America. So
it felt like it because like the whole rules aspect. It felt like with American rules, and then you're trying to actually disobey the rules because you was not actually told to come here.
Deku need more than 3 days, and at least she's able to buy her.
A week, at least a week.
You just nailed it. Like it's like we knew that they was not going to be ready in 3 days to fight All for One and Shigaraki.
Yeah,
there ain't no way in hell that.
When I read it, I was like, nah, my dude, y'all can't do this in 3 days. No one.
So now they got a little bit more time.
Remember Abe's joke? It was like, hey, and then within that 3 days, they're gonna have a whole concert just for the people too. I was like, yeah, I understand where Abe's coming from. Where it's not really necessarily. Why do you want to make a whole concert at this time, at this peak now?
Like y'all should be fighting.
Like, do you know how serious this is?
Like this is a war in your country. Yeah, I need it.
Now they realize, oh shit, the number one hero from America just got dusted. Okay. A little more serious than we thought.
Her sacrifice did not come in vain, though. Exactly. She's still fighting inside. Okay, there's hope.
That that is what made it like all full circle for me, is that she was still beating his ass and even in death. I was like, yep, that's exactly how I was hoping that would go.
In chat, if you guys have any questions about chapter 335 that happened today or last week's chapter, comment down below now, because we're about to talk about today's chapter.
Can we also talk about
Shigaraki I'm just
asking
chat
for Midoriya?
I was gonna come to that. I was gonna transition to that. So Sam, you brought up the perfect card, because I just only chat to see if they have any questions about AK Trader and other stuff. But yes, Sam. In the end of chapter 334, we have Stars and Stripes.
First time we've seen Shigaraki kind of wake up, and like the first thing he said is Midoriya.
But that wasn't Shigaraki. That was Tomura. That's Tomura, because this. Black. It was the hair black and everything, and it was the kid that we saw who was just scared and wanted to be a hero and learn about his grandma. And we see all the hands, which I assume are the people he has killed, and plus the family that he killed when he was a kid. Yep. So this is interesting.
What come up was Cassie's speech, right? His
correct.
Girl, as long as people stand up to save each other, someone will inherit that will of heroism. And make no mistake, they will strike you down.
Yep. And then that's when All For One say, "Give it a rest. The winner is the one who lives longest. So take a hike, dead lady." And then panel, and then tomorrow says, "Someone, some hero." Midoriya, which we assume it means someone like Midoriya to save him, because his eyes.
When that like word association, first name that came to mind when he heard hero, Midoriya.
Correct.
Because Midoriya is a true hero. We know this.
It's true, yeah.
So.
Because Stain said the only heroes he respects is All Might and Deku. So for him to like, it shows the correlation that everyone starts to realize how important our boy Deku is, and then for tomorrow to say, not Deku, but to say his actual name, Midoriya, also means something. Yeah, that he's subconsciously has known and been paying attention, but he's been battling with split personality throughout the whole time.
I mean, and we're still at this point where it's like, okay, which we'll talk about this newest chapter, is like, who really is in control? Like, All For One, or is Tomura Shigaraki in there anywhere that's like, this is even remotely him? You know what I'm saying?
And then we also learned that the entire world do not want to send out their hero now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Learning
like, once again, they saw America's #1 get dusted. They're like, no, you can't go because you wasn't as strong as her, so you gonna stay right here.
Everybody else fears for their own nation, like from getting attacked and everything too. So it makes sense. And it sucks, but you got to let nations to handle their own like.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Serious danger.
I mean,
and stuff
it's
too.
You know, it's politics. It's like, yes, in a complete shonen world, everybody be like, yes, let's send our heroes to support our allies. You know, because they don't care about the whatever else is going on there in the story. But the fact that they aren't sending their heroes shows that this story is one that takes consideration of everything that's going on, not just what's happening in this one place, which I appreciate. Horikoshi is doing a great job of that. But then, so I guess most current chapter, if we want to jump straight to that.
Yeah.
Anybody else getting like series ending vibes?
So I felt like they are ending to the final yard. Like, they're ending to the final saga, the last couple arcs. They're getting us, because I think it was in page 3. No, yeah, in page 4 or 5. Even our boy All Might, I feel like All Might was like Hori, telling the audience and the fans, so here's what you're up against, aka the last couple of arcs and last couple of battles. You have Shigaraki, you have All For One, that's 2 arcs. You have Dabi, you have Toga, you have the high ends Nomus, the near high ends Nomu, and the remnants of the Liberation Army, and the small type of convicts that we see out there that escape prison. So we have already a good 3 to 5 arcs, mix and match. It depends if we have Dabi and Toga together, or Toga and some other people meshed together in these arcs. But we have these couple of people now, All Might telling the kids and telling the audience what we have left. And I feel like that's a good round of the last 3 to 5 arcs that we're gonna end up with My Hero, and I feel like the next 50 to 60 chapters, I feel like is perfect. 400 will wrap it up perfectly by next year.
I mean, I could see like the remaining heroes that still, the pro heroes that can still want to continue to fight, and maybe class 1B to handle the remnants of the Liberation Front. For the near and high Nomus is recap to bring back the other pro heroes, the remaining few pro heroes that can fight and handle to fight Nomus in general. Ochako with Toga, Shoto and Endeavor with Dabi.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
I mean, I love the way he laid it out. Like I love that Horikoshi is like, all right, this is kind of the slate, like you said, Miguel. It's like I'm like I'm really wanting to see where he starts, honestly, because he could start at any one of these parts. I would love to start with the remnants of the Liberation Army.
That's where I was gonna go. Front. I think he's gonna go reverse. So with the Liberation Front, Highness Nomu, Toga, Dabi, and then All for One.
I also feel like the Nomu are gonna be kind of interspersed between all of them.
Correct. So I think it's gonna little mesh together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Yeah.
So each one with
there,
each,
and I feel like they might. I don't know where he'll have more. I don't know if they'll all be in the same part of this, but I feel like they'll be kind of interspersed in between. Probably minus Dabi's, because Dabi don't give a damn. So
he don't.
Nope.
He even says it, bro.
He even says it's like, yo, I wanted to fight now. Patience, man. Patience.
He said, my dear Toya, we have much in common, you and I. But let me tell you how we differ. Listen well.
Then he goes into a monologue, and I bet you Dabi ain't listen to a damn word he said.
He could literally say, huh? Like, bitch, what you talking about? Like, I just want to do my own shit.
I honestly don't mind where he just runs on his own just to have that fight now instead of waiting that 6 day.
Me either. Because
that would make sense of why Endeavor and Shoto just had to be outside this entire battle.
I wonder if Toya listens to what he says, or if he does say, F you, I'm going to do what I want to do.
But I just love how, All for One, whenever he has to a line or sentence with somebody, somehow he just transitioned to a whole monologue. It's like, how?
It's like, why are you giving me a lecture right now, old man? Shut
up.
Yo,
I just felt like that's my father right there, because my dad, I'll be asking him something, then he just jumps to a whole paragraph. I'm like, yo, Dad, I never asked you this. I just wanted a whole yes or no.
I just asked you what was for breakfast, man.
I don't want your life story. I'm just hungry. I just want a meal.
It's like nah. But his monologue is great though, because I'm gonna just say it. Like when he says, "Listen well, when I find myself with a goal, I'm sure to plan out a number of routes to the goal. Shall we say, to be exact, I weave my plans of years or even decades prior, so that I may employ a available route when the time comes, a route that inevitably achieves my ends." And I love this, because us as fans and the audience, we always have assumed and thought how he plans it. We always knew that he plans it for years and everything. We also have said that he plans different strategy throughout other people, but to actually have him say it, how's his thought process, how's his monologue, how's his evil type of villain mindset, I love it. It's not that we need it from every type of evil villain in comics or anime manga, but to see it how we have always thought it, it's nice to get that confirmation. That's what I love.
Yeah, the maze diagram is a good example of how it comes in. Everything that's shined up is his own interference of what he did, and whatever comes to be in action is what...
It just moves down the road to the destination.
He interacted with has changed because of him, and it still helps lead him towards the goal that he wants to put into. I mean, if people read Vigilantes, they know how far back this plan must have been and come all the way in together as well. So I'm not surprised if it's decades and decades.
Yeah, he's been
back.
Testing this perfect Nomu thing for a long ass time.
He has been. He's been living for a long time. Remember last chapter? The one that lives the longest is the one that's comes out on top.
Yep, and so far that's been working for him. I'm not lying. So, I'll be interested to see kind of where this goes, because he says that this is one single plot of his that was foiled. So we're not gonna dwell on that, because I lost that one, but I got other stuff that I'm working on. So I'm like, where does that go next? What's his next plan? Is what I really want to know, because obviously
he has to have the plan. Like
yeah, exactly. Obviously, he has a plan for it. So
yeah,
he knew there was a chance that this wouldn't work, and so he's like, I got something else that I had, in case that didn't work. So I'm curious to see what that's gonna be.
Yeah, and like I'm curious because he even said he said our minds are fusing. I can sense that much. The violent rage. Yes, I share Alberto's hatred now.
So it's like he wants to consume him mentally, everything, absorb his emotions as well.
Yeah, but
that's the source of his powers.
I think can we all agree that that's gonna be the opposite?
Correct.
Like Tamura's gonna absorb him and take over at some point.
That's gonna be his downfall because he just being underestimating Shigaraki, aka Tamura. Like he's thinking that he's the weak pawn and that he can help him out. So like he thinks that he you know what, I'm gonna get this. We're gonna fuse together. This is gonna be my new body.
It's weird the interaction between his old self body and then his new self body. Is it like? Is it because, like a whole different?
Because he's speaking first person.
Consciousness?
Because he's thinking first person and then third person, right? So it's kind of weird that he's talking to himself, but then not talking to himself because he's having a conversation with himself.
Don't worry about yourself. You're feeling your pain, myself.
He is very weird. Okay, like he's a very strange man.
I know you're feeling pain, myself, other self, but you got the restraints.
We'll be fine. That's weird. He's weird. Okay.
What's even the entire league was watching this entire thing.
Yeah,
happen.
Did you see their faces?
It's
Toga and Spinner are like, man, what the?
Dabi was like, yo, I don't care. It's crazy.
Confirms where Toga is. Finally.
What?
We had not known where she was this entire time. Now
she was
we know that
back.
she's with them. Mm-hmm.
That's true. She did regroup back with them and everything, but it just makes you wonder what has she been doing since she been regrouped back. Like, has she been grabbing some convicts? Has she been grabbing some bloodstains or something?
I bet that they don't like seeing their friend in pain like this. Like, I bet you they do not like seeing Shigaraki in this state. So I'm curious to see if this is them starting their plan against.
You know who we didn't see or see? Like, we see him in the cut, but we don't see much of Spinner.
Yeah,
we haven't heard him.
But yeah,
no, he's there. But even Oma don't consider him a threat.
It's a threat, exactly. So I feel like that's gonna be for them. Yeah, you're right.
Like that's what I'm laughing about because. All my David said, he said Dabi, he said Toga, he said the Liberation Army, he said Shiggy, and All for One. I'm like, my dude, you forgot a whole gecko that's been hanging out with them.
They're still thinking that, because, given everything he had before, he isn't a threat. But, I think we all assume that he got a power-up from All for One, right?
We don't know that.
He gave him more quirks or something.
Well, we're thinking that he did,
McGant.
potentially.
I feel like they don't see him as a horrible. He's not a bad person because remember his motivation was thanks to Stain.
He also really hasn't done much actual villain work. He's just kind of an accomplice every single time.
And and the only thing he fought Gigamakia, but we never saw that fight. We just heard them fighting 6 days in and out, but we just saw them attacking back. But never actually saw Spinner actually some moves. So hopefully we see that in the anime, see if he got some skills or not. But all we know is that he's just a good type of follower.
Have we actually seen Spinner fight?
That I recall, no.
All we saw him was driving a truck and trying to run into the building or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Like he's more like he's the heart of the entire League of Villains.
That's it though. As we know right now. So that's why I'm like, yeah, All Might didn't even consider him. They're probably gonna be like, oh wow, I forgot about you. All Might when he shows up, like, oh yeah, it's him. Like I'm sure we will too. Be like, yeah, it's Spinner.
Because he's still a friend to Shigaraki himself and stuff like that. That's the only reason why he still remains is he wants to look out for Shigaraki because he views him as his friend.
The one person who decided to care about him when he needed somebody to care about him.
But also, before we continue on with what we find out at the later half of that chapter, how do we feel about All Might talking to the kids about training a week more so we have more times, and All Might seeing his
zygotes.
I just didn't want to say it, but his echoes. Growing up from little toddlers to growing up to who they are now. And I like how we also see the remaining heroes who are heroes. Because we see in page 3, we see Fat Gum, we see Orca, and we see Rocklock and a couple people of heroes who are still there with us.
We see Wash.
The remainings of the Pussycat Dolls.
My OG, Wash.
We see other
Kamui Woods, Mount Lady,
and the ninja guy,
Edshot,
yeah. So we see them still here.
The water gun hero.
Yes.
And then there's a few other silhouettes that we don't know. So.
Yeah, so we see those heroes still being there, and we see our characters of Class 1A having new suits, getting ready, and they telling us that, hey,
there's still pro heroes out there who still wants to be pro heroes.
By the way, before we jump too far ahead, I would like to call to Ida's new costume, which looks lit as hell.
That's what I was gonna bring up, because Ida's costume, it looks all black, but it looks different from the ones we had.
I like
it. And because even what's his name, the guy with the tail, Ojiro, my guy looks more cut up. Like I see his panel in page 7. I'm like, yo, my dude's 6-pack and pecs are a little worn out, and I'm like, because even Mineta looks like he's getting ready too, and I'm like, okay, they look like they're getting ready to fight. Like they look like they're prepared.
Remember, they thought it was tomorrow.
Momo's costume is. Yep.
Remember, they thought the mission. They thought the mission was supposed to be tomorrow.
Yeah. That's true.
All Might told them you have another week.
And
Bakugo's got his movie suit.
Yes, that's what I'm happy about. And plus, Shoto looks like he don't got his gym clothes no more, so I'm really happy about that.
Updated gym clothes, which is great.
Updated gym clothes. And plus, like, what's just dope to see is that we got Deku training with Bakugo and Shoto, because they've been sparring with him to perfect or complete One for All. So I can't wait to see the other 1 or 2 quirks that we haven't seen yet.
I think there's only one left that we haven't seen, right?
One left, right? Because I just can't remember. That's why I want.
I think it's the second.
The second. Yeah.
I think. Which I'm like, okay, yeah. What is it? I need to know. I want to know what it is.
I'm actually closing up that panel where all of Class 1A. We see Deku, we see Shoto, Momo.
We don't see
Kirishima, but we're missing. But
Aoyama.
We are missing. There he is. He's there. He's in between Sugar Man and under Kirishima.
Who are you looking for?
Aoyama.
Aoyama? Yeah.
He's right there. He's next to Sugar Man.
In page what?
Page 9. Page 9.
Boy, that's the flashback, Sam.
Yeah, that's flashback.
Flashback? But
that's flashback. That's not the current.
If you look in the very back, that's Deku's first costume. Yeah, that's flashback.
That's flashback. So like they're not current there.
But I feel like the character that's not there is what you know. Like,
I mean, also in these panels, there are 2 characters that aren't there.
Which we're about to bring up in a few. So don't worry, we transitioning to that. So it's like pretty interesting to see everything coming together, the last couple arcs. Which, like I would say, I haven't been on the timeline. I don't know everyone's full thoughts. I haven't been on the podcast. I haven't had the chance to listen to the couple episodes I missed. But all I would say, I love the Star and Stripe. I love where My Hero Academia manga is heading. I love the story. I love how a lot of people kept saying throughout the past 3-4 years, there's gonna be a time skip. Most likely at the end of the series, from what I see now, there will be a time skip, because this has all been going on within 2 years of their academic year.
It's good to know that we don't have to wait for them to graduate in order to to fight this stuff, right? So
I mean, because let's I'll be real, like watching them. I feel like All for One is it. You know, after that, it's like, why would I?
It's not like it's a sports anime where you want to graduate, you don't see them again.
Next team, you know, no, it's like, nah. I feel like that's it.
Yeah, like
get rid of All for One. Like, ain't nobody else is anywhere near.
So, like, for people that don't read comics, the way I feel like this is like, this is like their Superman versus their Darkseid. Like, once you defeat Darkseid, you just have to worry about the common type of heroes. I mean, the common type of villains that are not as bad. Which Ida Bakugo will take care of those heroes.
if Deku don't survive or doesn't have one for all no more, if per se. So just to worry about said those type of villains with regular quirks now instead of fucking type of hybrids because of All for One, I feel like this makes sense. Like once All for One's gone, we just have regular type of quirks, regular type of villains. We don't have no type of next person. We still
gotta worry about quirk singularity.
That too.
Definitely a thing.
Yeah. Or the disease.
Unless this fight does something to all quirks, which would be ridiculous, but also possible. So.
Yeah, and we still don't know about the doctor because we know that he was in jail or in custody. We don't know what happened with him either.
Anything about him. I mean, I think he's still in custody, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember correctly. That's why I say either or. And what I hope to see next chapter, in the first chapter of the 2022 chapter, the trio. We haven't seen the trio either.
I don't. Yeah, we haven't seen Mirio and Sun Eater and Nejire. We haven't seen them. We don't know.
Correct. And Sam, to answer your question, I think there'll be a spin-off.
Eri either. Eri has not been shown, unless. Oh no.
They're trying to hide her.
Eri. Did she kidnap Eri?
Oh, she's gonna kidnap Eri.
It's more of a hostage situation where my plan failed.
No, they kidnapped Eri to go use her quirk on Shigaraki. That'd be rude.
That'd be rude.
That could be a possibility. But Sam, to answer your question, I think there'll be a spin-off, not a sequel, because I think with Deku's story, I think he's done. I think there'll be a spin-off to other characters, a flashback to other characters, or like a light novel, like Ray said.
I mean, we might even also get the Harry Potter ending where they all get married and they have kids and it's their kids.
That's too.
We get Boruto of My Hero.
I don't want that.
But since Ray alluded to it, our boy All for One said in the last 2 pages, "Now the advent of my perfected vessel is delayed. The UA has welcomed Izuku Midoriya back into its sturdy walls, and then we got a little zoom shot going into the UA school. But what have that you like, Toya? Our friends to spare." And
Which
then
is hilarious that he roasted Dobby right at the end. He's like, what I got that you ain't? Friends. Nobody likes you.
And then he said, "I got a spy, a traitor in the walls that's invincible. And is the invincible girl."
Yes. So I'm actually like, Toru, well, I mean, it was like, it's been right in front of us the whole time, but it also was like, but why? But it's also like, well, yeah, but it's like, oh no.
It makes sense. Like,
it makes sense. Exactly.
Like, it makes sense because people will, joke around if you don't get the reference. You can't see me, John Cena, WWE, like the joke. And funny enough, Sam brought up something that Ray reacted to, and I'm the editor of the brand, and I edit it, and I did zoom shots to these type of panels because I remember Ray commented on the outro, season 4 was it, when they had pictures of said family members, and it was the invincible girl with her parents. They're also invincible, and it makes sense for the traitor to be the invincible girl because you cannot notice her when she's not here.
Exactly.
If she takes off her clothes.
Nobody who has a quirk that is just like, yeah, I know she's not here. Well, Deku does now, technically.
Yes, now he does.
But only when like she's probably presenting some form of danger.
But that's also if he knows, because he would not question his own classmates to be a villain or traitor.
Look back to see if she was there when they went to go. Was she and Aoyama there when they went to get Deku off the streets? I don't know. I don't think they were.
No, they weren't.
I don't recall. They
didn't really have a role. They didn't have that kind of a key
we got
role.
that one line from Aoyama. It's like, no, Deku's fine. Don't worry about it. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? We got to go get him. So, interesting.
Yeah, because everyone thought Aoyama was a traitor because the way he was being suspicious with the cheese or with whatever he was doing, being creepy.
See him.
Yeah, being creepy. But now
I was trying to send Deku with like a cryptic message instead of like he wants to be a creepy. He was just he didn't know how to send a message.
I mean, so did Reiner and for Eren.
Shut up, Sam. God.
No, sir. No.
He's nowhere near caught up to where I am. Shut up, Sam.
I'm 2 episodes. I did not see the final season, my guy.
I was talking about way in the beginning when they revealed themselves.
Sam.
And also, there's probably manga readers. I mean, anime watchers that don't read or watch Attack on Titan. Who knows? Because that exists.
Sam just that shade, yo, but it's okay. You don't know if you don't know. It's fine.
That was
fine.
like 3 years. Like that was years ago. That was years ago.
But chat, how do y'all feel about the traitor being the invincible girl and not Ayama? Were you let down? Are you sad, or how this peak or what the direction is? Because I have YouTube friends that have a group chat and they were let down. They said some stupid shit. I'm like, they were
Aren't
not.
They always let down every time you talk to me about these people?
Yeah, it's like
they ain't never happened.
It's like, yo, like, let the story go. Like, see where it's heading. Like, just because a chapter dropped, yes, you can review and everything, but we don't know where the storyteller, aka the author, is going with this. We need to see the whole direction of it.
Not like it, but from what I can recall, every time we've talked about these people not liking something, it's literally everything.
Yeah.
Never liked anything. So, you know, I couldn't live like that. Couldn't be me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm fine with the traitor being hurt. It makes logical sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes logical.
And a horror coach is going to make it make more sense. That's the thing.
Like
this is a like a shadow reveal, and he's gonna like expand upon it, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah, that was weird.
But makes sense. And the same thing with Dabi and Toya. A lot of people believe, oh shit, that was Toya. And then once people are like, oh shit, we were right, like, yeah, made theories for this reason. And yeah, I'm not happy with this theory no more. The fuck makes no sense that you're not happy with this. But to actually see it happen, I'm fine with this character being who she is, and can we see more of her and why she chose this? Like, why did she choose to be a traitor? Is it because of parents? Is it because of they always been traitors? Each of the family generation is because of quirks. Has they always been near the All Might and the predecessors? That's why they always got captured because they're always invincible.
We'll see. I'm like, that's what I want to know. Like, what's up with it? Like, I want him to explain it. It's like, yeah, okay, so now I've seen it, I accept it, but like, tell me why. That's what I want to know.
I do feel like this review helps Horikoshi check off this box of question list of who was the traitor.
So now people could shut up.
Yeah, because the two big questions that everyone asks, who's the traitor and who's Dabi? After that, now people don't got no more questions to ask about said series, so now people are like, wait, where do we go?
We can focus on more questions that we have.
True.
And there's a lot of main questions that still needs to be answered, and sometimes it could be in front of your face.
Who's Deku's dad? Does he matter? Is he real? I don't know. Is Deku adopted? Does he not actually have a dad? Who knows? I don't know. So I'm just saying.
I still
one of those things I have.
People still believe that All for One's the father.
Stop
on the timeline. Yeah, I'm serious. I've seen that.
Stop it. You know. Also, where is our boy? Where'd Overhaul go? What's up with that? Is he gonna get to apologize to Eri? What's the deal?
And plus to his master or to his sensei?
I mean, I don't know. His grandpa, whatever. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I forgot who it was. Grandfather or something like that.
We still need that flashback of who brought Toya in too after the fake death.
Exactly. What happened after Toya died? Who put him back together? How did he get put back together? Yep. There's a lot of questions we still got to get answered. I need that.
Who was the Frankenstein of all? Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I guess it was the doctor, but how?
Because apparently it doesn't seem like it is All for One. Because he's just like, yo, we have some relating things in common, but you know, like different strategies. There's a difference between us. I have friends. You don't.
I still love that line. That's great. It's like, that's the difference between you and I. What is it? Nobody likes you. I have friends. Oh God, it's so good. You know what I want to see? I want to see somebody do what they did what 4-Star did for Dragon Ball Abridged, and I need a My Hero Abridged, like real bad. I think that would be hilarious. Yes, please. Somebody, I'm giving you this idea for free. Go become YouTube famous. Go do My Hero Academia Abridged. And,
I just want to see 4-4 breaking of a abridged version and just comedy. Just be like, why do we gotta do this? Like, just make jokes about almost saying I'm here all the time. Like, boy, we see you here. We know you're here. You don't need to announce the whole room you're here.
I mean, he could do that though, because he could give everybody hands, you know. So it's fine. But no, I love these last few chapters of My Hero.
Agreed.
They've been fantastic. Now I just gotta know what's happening next, but we'll find out in 7 days.
Yep, we're gonna find out chapter 336 of what happens with My Hero.
About being caught up, bro. Can't stand being caught up sometimes. Cause now I gotta wait.
That is very true.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the list of top best-selling manga series of 2021 in Japan.
Hit me with it. What are they?
Number one is JJK,
Demon Slayer, Tokyo Revengers,
2.
Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, One Piece number 6, Chainsaw Man number 7, Spy Family number 8, number 9 Kingdom, and number 10 Haikyuu.
Interesting that Haikyuu fell that far down, which is interesting to me.
Well, it's because they ended
year,
the
right?
first quarter of the year.
That's what I'm saying. It fell so quick. With Demon Slayer has ended and then it's still up there.
I mean,
Yes,
the anime's still going. And
I mean, the anime still ended. I mean, in Kingdom, the anime still going.
And it's crazy.
Kingdom's still going.
And Ray, it was crazy. Chainsaw Man literally ended a year ago from today.
Well, so I'm thinking like.
So it's crazy how it still is in the top 10.
Demon Slayer's ended. Attack on Titan's ended, except for their animes. Chainsaw Man's been going for like you said a year, which for it to be 5.2 million sold, that's wild. Still, Spy Family getting up there, which is respectful. Haikyuu also ended, didn't it? So
yes, it did. Haikyuu
interesting. And I feel like Tokyo Revengers is about to end soon.
Yeah, it's in the last arc.
Final arc.
It's in the last arc from what I was told from Abe and Pat.
What an interesting list. Okay, I like it though. It all makes. I have no complaints or arguments about anything up there. I just.
I'm surprised. Demon Slayer is not number 1.
I'm not.
I'm kind of glad that it's not taking that number 1 spot again from last year.
It was so popular in Japan already that everybody's already read it. You know, and so yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen being number 1 makes me really happy.
And One Piece out of top 5. That's crazy.
That makes sense.
They'll manage.
But it makes sense.
Whatever. They're fine.
That, but also makes sense because as much as Ray and other people don't read One Piece, so yeah, I don't know about the sales, but over the past 3 years to 2 years, One Piece has fallen down in sales is because less volumes and less chapters has been coming out because of Wano with the story. He's been taking more breaks over the years of his health and
more time for Ray and James to catch up.
Exactly.
So
and also he ain't gotta bust his ass because
he don't need to.
He gonna be up there until he done.
Yeah. So like he in the past, there's been at least 10 volumes every year being released. Now is at least 3 to 4 volumes being released now.
And I think that's fine.
Which is fine to me as well. Like
One
you're
Piece
good.
Been around for a long ass time. He doing fine. Like My Hero barely beat him. You know what I'm saying? Which is wild. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, with less than 18,000 sales.
It's crazy with JJK. This is the highest with JJK has ever been, and I'm proud of it. Like this is a very well done.
I think the movie is only going to give it a bigger surge.
Oh yes.
Doesn't the movie come out this week?
Does that come out this week in Japan?
In Japan.
No. Wait,
yeah, it does.
JJK?
Yeah, for JJK.
No, it's Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve.
Oh, Christmas Eve?
It's playing the theme of the literally that time. Yeah, it's playing Christmas Eve.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh, it's about to blow up. That's gonna be great.
They planned this exact same day. Yeah, we're gonna have this on Christmas Eve. We're gonna make everybody sad this Christmas.
Oh shit.
Bro, that's good. So JJK is only gonna get bigger.
So we should be getting it in February or March if they're fast enough with the dub because that's Funimation release. Oh wow.
By the way, I better get a Tokyo Revengers movie. I want a Tokyo Revengers movie. Give me one.
That's crazy. If you think about it, top 6 movies have all had a because Attack on Titan hasn't had a movie unless they do. But all top 6 movies has had a movie. JJK, Demon Slayer, not Tokyo Revengers, Attack on Titan yet, but My Hero and One Piece.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They do.
Mm-hmm. But no, I think that's a solid list of top 10, legitimately.
Yeah. That's good.
It makes sense. Those are the ones carry and jump.
Spikes. Well, this is Shonen Jump and this is Weekly Shonen Magazine.
It's the same company.
I'm not sure if Kingdom is magazine or is another.
No, Kingdom is in a different publication.
Yes, it's a different publication.
Yeah.
Because one is Shueisha and the other one is. Forgot what Weekly Shonen Magazine is from where.
And someday I'll pick up Kingdom. At some point.
Yeah, me too.
I saw some folks. I think King of Lightning was real big on Kingdom for a while.
We are adding Gem Plus. Kaiju number 8 does surpass Chainsaw Man.
Word?
Kaiju number 8 is 5.5 million.
Huh? It's crazy. It's crazy it didn't add it here, huh?
No, this is only Shonen Jump exclusive.
This is just a Shonen Jump, yeah. It doesn't take into consideration Jump Plus.
Yeah, that has its own sales and stuff like that.
Oh well. But still, this is great numbers overall, so I'm very proud of them. With all the mangaka of all the series, sucks that some got axed.
All you bums saying that manga is dying, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? It's fine.
Storytelling will never die, guys. It's been going on since the 1700s and way before that. A.K.A. Bibles. Bibles.
We have caveman architecture, cave paintings and stuff.
Cave paintings, bro. They tell stories. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole hunt of a mammoth, but hey, we don't know the story.
What were we about to jump into before we got to that?
We were done talking about My Hero and everything. Like again, guys, if you want to see our full coverage of the Weekly Shonen Jump coverage next month, stay tuned for My Hero, JJK, and everything else of our overall thoughts. But would you guys want to do a quick talk of JJK or straight to Black Clover? Because it's up to you guys.
I do want to talk about JJK.
Let's talk about JJK.
A quick minute. All right, Ray, Sam, go ahead.
Did you not catch up on that yet?
I'm 2 chapters behind from that,
okay.
and that's a lot of thought process. All I know, I saw a panel of Yuji saying that he killed them, but then the guy said no, you didn't, you lied, and then after that, I didn't see the other leaks of it.
Oh, you didn't have that moment where me, Ray, and James had the oh shit moment where
no,
like, oh, yeah, I did it. Oh no.
Yep. Yeah, bro. This is. I will say that. This somehow has been one of my favorite things in JJK, and only because of how nuanced it is.
Yeah.
And that the logic is relatable in a way. I'm like, I love this. Like, bro. Higuruma is probably one of my favorite characters Gege has made.
I can agree with you. Even people in our live chat are saying like he's like top 5 characters.
It's because y'all got taste. Good job.
Like Gege knows how to write characters like really, really well, and it only took like only a few number of chapters too.
Gege just knows how to write. Like that's it. He's a fantastic writer. Like he is so good. And this whole confrontation between him and Yuji, like the back and forth has been really interesting. And I mean, and for me, it kind of like hit the high point at the very end of that last chapter. The conversation that they have together is like, oof, yeah, bro.
You sympathize both of them. You can empathize their actions, and they're both not really bad people. They're just apparently there's just obstacles in front of them, and they have to do what they need to do.
Regular people dealt different cards, but in still not good situations. And like, man, I really got to see how I need more of this regular conversation that they're having right now. I need to hear more of this, and then how the game is gonna proceed from here.
I also want to know more about Higuruma's curse technique as well.
Well, that and like, does he join
he reviewed?
Does he
reviewed
join the team? Like,
yeah, that's another thing too. Righteous Justice asked, how do you guys feel about Higuruma joining with Itadori and teaming up?
I think that would be an incredible asset for them. If he does, we don't know yet.
I'm about to say that.
If he does, that would be lit. I would really like that because he has an entirely different perspective to this team that this team does not have, which is like a general like human perspective, because he was just a regular dude before all of this, and so I'm like, okay.
Even
that
though
would
he's
be
not
really interesting.
He wasn't so right in the head, but yet he still.
I would say that he was right in the head. It's just that given certain circumstances, people snap. And he dealt with a lot of bullshit, and it was too much. So
and he empathized with Yuji as well. And I think that's the power of Yuji. It's more like he would show you your humanity side.
Well, I mean, he was honest. And like he had accepted something that just was totally out of his control as something that was his fault, and I could see that that's where he was like, oh, yeah, you were just, you were just like a part of this. It wasn't you. You were just a part of it, but you still feel responsible. That's why.
What's insane is he actually literally quote out the law article 49, 59. That's like.
I mean, he's a lawyer. He
Yo,
knows his shit.
I give props to lawyers.
One of the best lawyers.
I give props to lawyers for that reason because they know shit from the back of their head about their books and law books.
For the
That's
good ones, yes.
Yes. Yeah. I'm talking about overall of the good ones because they actually know their stuff when they actually need to remember and actually know for the cases. Like there's so much laws and like law number 146 point C B56. I'm like, bitch, what? There's so many.
I
what?
mean, yeah.
So that's props for that.
People who are lawyers still try to believe in the system and. They're trying to do everything they can to at least like I wouldn't say fix it, but at least to do everything by the books. But even the good people snaps.
I mean, but I love what he says to Yuji. There's one line that I'm not gonna spoil it for you, Vash. But he goes, "Why'd you display your curse technique?" And he goes, "I remembered why I got into law in the first place." And Yuji helped him remember that.
That reminds me of like most of the Law and Order show. Be like, yeah, the defense attorney just sympathized towards the person accused, and he's just giving him a lighter sentence because I know how it feels like, and you remind me of why I'm doing this in the first place, and it's not your fault kind of thing.
I mean, it was more like a hey, all right, no, your specific situation makes sense to me, and legitimately wasn't your fault, and you giving up and thinking that it's your fault is like why I do this is to save people from their own lack of power, essentially, when it comes to law, which I'm like, oh, that's deep. And I love it. Like, god dang, what a good character. So no, these chapters have been very good. Man, JJK is just slapped week over week, to be honest with you. Like I've loved it. So catch up, Vash, because you in for a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be caught up either by tonight or I'll definitely be caught up before next Sunday.
All y'all need to catch up because this shit's good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely we will. So is that all your thoughts for JJK?
Yep, that's all I got for JJK. Don't want to spoil too much for you.
All right, so time for the last one of the belt for today. The last issue for Shonen Jump is Black Clover. Let's just say for the chapters 314, 315, or overall of current. Ray,
you go first.
Oh,
you've been going the longest.
All right. With Tate with his Black Clover series, it's like always like a roller coaster. And it's not the good kind. It's like the where you go up high, yippee, then down low, you yippee, yippee. So not to say if that's a good thing or bad thing, but it gets very underwhelming most of the times, and then when you gain the hype, you're like, oh, I can't wait for more good stuff like this. And then when you read the next week chapter, you'll be like, oh, I was kind of hoping to continue with that good shit I saw last week. Because it's like fans, audience, family here. Me and Ray and James and Abe, we don't like to criticize Black Clover. We expect more of it. We expect more. And this chapter of 315 just sees a Megazord, and then it's just hype, and then to see again Merc at the end of the chapter, and then see Asta coming out, and what Ray said behind the scenes when he said he about to do like a Dimension Slash. In my head, I'm like, he is gonna do Dimension Slash, and he's about to do a whole breathing technique, like he's like a whole martial artist, which is like, we get it, you're built different, pun intended, but like
Yami's pupil, and I love that about that. It's like he's like, all right, I'm doing this for Captain Yami.
But he never learned.
Me to do it.
He never learned Dimension Slash from what I know.
No, he's gonna use his variation of it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be kind of like an homage to his captain to save his captain, is what I hope.
And he never used the Devil Union. Oh, sorry. Has it been 30 minutes? Even though for us it's been like 5 months.
Forward time because manga time, it's what it is. Who knows how long they have been boxing him, in Megazord form. But I just kind of feel like this is very Dragon Ball Z.
It is.
Which is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, the Z Fighters would show up, get their ass whooped, and then they're like, hey, you just wait till Goku gets here. Then we'll show you what's going to happen. That's where we are right now. Like, legitimately. And I'm like, that's not bad. It's just like you said before, I expect just a little bit more. Because now they're like, of course they're relying on Asta to finish the job, which that's what he's built to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just curious. I just hope that the way he does it is really entertaining.
Yeah, like my favorite chapter is not to even say 315. My favorite chapter was 313 and 314. Because if you go to 314, that panel of double spread of all the demons in the second level of the underworld open, yo, that panel in 6 and 7, Ray, or for fans who just goes back, look at that panel. We have all demons look more like Tabata knows how to draw fucking demons. Like, to me, these demons is better than the 7 Deadly Sins type of demons.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, so far like my favorite stuff has been and Magna's fights. Those have been my favorite things.
Oh, but
straight up,
I like the flashback of chapter 313 because we also saw Abayami. He got his Grimoire, and we also see how he connected to the other captains, to the other brigade.
Which was nice.
I like that because we saw a little flashback of it. Yes, it's probably red flags for some people that he might die.
I don't care about flags. You know,
me either.
I don't give a damn. It's more like we had seen remnants of the story before, but now we got the whole story, which I
agree.
Appreciate.
Yeah, so I like that very much.
I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen to him and William? Like they are now a part of the core of this demon. Like, what's finna happen? Like if they kill the demon, do they save them or do they hurt them? That's like what's up with that. But I guess with anti-magic, maybe they'll be fine. I don't know. But this is. Remember how we said I was hoping that this didn't turn into another giant fight versus a giant, and then it did. So I mean that is really kind of like my oh man. I was hoping that it would be more like a condensed, like super strong, like regular sized person.
And what I'm mad about too is that we got Dorothy the Unworthy, the Dream Magic. She was fighting Morris the whole fucking time, and we never saw this fight.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I wanted to see this fight, yo. He literally said, "Oh, Dream Magic, that's impressive." I'm like, no shit. And we didn't see that fucking fight. And I'm like, I want to see how her fight skills against a demon like Morris. Like, how does a Dream Magic go? Like, we've seen it used as just of a conversation. We've seen her awake as an elf. But her actually being awake as an actual person and using her own Dream Magic against him. Like, I would have loved to see at least half a chapter of that. That would have been amazing to see that type of confrontation.
I would have liked to see it too, but
he literally did a Oda type of thing that Oda does sometimes with off-screen fights, and that got me sad. Like, no, what the fuck you doing?
I mean, he's showing us the better ones. Is all I think. He's like, okay, yeah, that fight would have been real fun to watch, no way. So why waste the page space? And when this other fight will be way more hype, which I appreciate in some respects, because it's like, okay, cool, thank you, because now you showed me a better fight than what potentially that would have been, which it seemed like it was a pretty quick fight. So I'm fine with it.
And I like the confirmation in these past couple of chapters that not Charmy, what's the name? Gray has transmutation magic. So I love that. So I love that.
Did I say transmutation? Yeah, I think that's what the translation was weird. So yes, Gray's magic is strong as hell.
Yeah, and it's transmutation. I'm like, cool. So you're the version of Edward Elric, but not that good.
I was thinking Cersei from the Eternals, but yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, she works. Mm-hmm. I like that. She's shy and everything character, and she doesn't know her limits yet. I like that.
By the way, can anybody tell me what the runes are around Asta's wrist on his good arm at the end of the chapter? I don't remember what that is. What is that?
That's supposed to be the contract that he has with his boy.
That's their actual contract right there?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Because now I don't think he doesn't need to take any more actual body parts from him because they're friends now. Yeah.
Correct.
Huh. I'm real curious to see how this shakes out.
And I'm not sure why he didn't give his arm back, or maybe Asta wants his left arm.
I don't think he could, because he was like, "Hey, once it's gone, bro."
That is true. And I'm like, "Yo, bro, we friends now." But
I still got this arm, so
I can't give you your arm back. So hey, you got an arm.
This arm was before we became friends. So.
Yeah, it was. This arm was before I like you, so now I like you, so we good now, right?
I like you now, so I don't need nothing else. But yeah, this one's still mine.
But what's funny, I love this panel. even though I'm mad that Asta about to do some type of demon slash.
I'm not mad about it. It's just like.
But I love the panel.
I'm gonna show it real quick.
This double spread is nice.
This panel is beautiful.
It slaps. It slaps really nice.
This is some of the best that Asta's look. Period. He looks super confident and ready to get shit done. That makes me happy. I love that. I'm like, yes, please, more of that.
And to
curious to see how we use it.
And to what Ray was saying as well behind the scenes, this was a Power Ranger chapter. And chapter
this was so Power Rangers.
315 was very Power Ranger like.
Megazord versus Make My Monster Grow person, yes. And then the White Ranger comes out to save everybody at the end.
Oh my god.
That's literally what this is. I love it. Don't get me wrong, because if you know me, I'm a fan of Power Rangers as well. But I just did not expect to have Power Rangers. Oops, you got Power Rangers in my Black Clover. I wasn't expecting that. But I still have fun with it because, like, it's fun. And that's all it needs to be, honestly. So, like, I'm not too mad at it.
I'm curious to see what happens next. But what I'm curious...
The chapter was called Ultra Giant Showdown.
Yeah. It literally, Sam, when I read the title, I literally thought Shaolin Showdown. I literally thought of the show. Or like, where is the yellow bumpleheads?
Will they start doing the morphing positions and have a whole suit of armor?
Well, technically, our boy Nock has his own. Nock has his own armor.
He's already rangered up.
Yeah, he's already rangered up with his own armor.
My favorite panel in the whole thing is literally the first page where you see the whole group. And Charmy is literally still serving everybody food.
Right?
Lambs. I was like, oh my god.
Like, each person, like, alright, guys, we need to, eat fresh with our food and everything and get ready. I'm like, yo, y'all just literally eating.
Replenish your mana. Here, eat while we're fighting.
You're like, I can multitask, but how can you do combat and still eat at the same time? Like, what?
Wild.
You know how those video games where like, oh, you need to recover, you pause, and then somehow you're drinking a potion, or you're eating this real food.
Has anybody made a video about how the boss character were like, that's bullshit. You can do that, but I can't.
Right? Like
they have done that. They like the whole pause in their life. Wait, pause. Do this. Do this. Oh my God.
If I'm correct,
this chapter was fine.
I think Caleb City did that.
he did something like that. He's like, when you say before you're about to make a decision, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, or is it?
He's in his last half heart left. There's like, wait, pause. Oh, the potion to do it. Wait, how did you recover so fast? Oh, I paused the game and used my item storage.
Yeah, how do you do that? It's the same thing when Goku power ups and the bad guy just left and power like, you could just go on.
I got some sensu beans. They're on the table. Don't worry.
But overall, this fight was dope. I like how we also see Fuego and Nozzle. Sorry, wait, no. Yes. Nozzle and
Nozzle and our boy and our girl.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I just confused the names out here. That was dope as hell. Like, okay, can I see more of them instead in this chapter?
Was that Fuego?
Yeah, that's Fuego because he has a star.
Yeah, it's Fuego. Yep.
Yeah, Fuego
star. Sister, just chilling.
They're just throwing that fire up in the air and everything. Like, oh yes, salamander. Like,
and
yes.
Everybody's like, how the hell are they standing? It's because they're stronger than all y'all combined. So. Yes.
Hey, fuck this gravity magic and everything. I love how I hope Morse survives this because I love that he's literally looks like the most evil type of person there and he literally gives no fucks. Like, I love it.
Like a Power Ranger villain. You're right.
So I just love how he's the most bad guy out here. I'm like, yep, I'm a bad guy. It was creepy just seeing having the mouth move on his forehead. That was creepy.
I don't like that.
That's creepy.
I don't like that. For a third eye, that ain't cool. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, can you just speak from his mouth here? Or there's something like Sakuna or something?
I'd rather you have a third eye rather than a second mouth. I don't like that.
Yeah, saying like, my dude literally got a whole mouth.
Sukuna kind of took that cover already.
We don't like that one either.
No, like, saying like he had a whole mouth and literally opened his forehead and was speaking. Like was actually closing mouth and open. I'm like,
his head is yapping. It's weird.
I'm like, nah, like, talk about that. Like, you did some weird shit in that.
It's like, nasty, but it's like, I get it. It's a demon. It's got to be nasty.
It does.
Makes sense.
It's just creepy. It's just like, nah, like, that's
but I want to see how next week, shakes out. Because, I mean, Asta got to do something badass. I'm waiting for it. Let's get it.
I'm really curious to see what the tactical move going to be overall. But this Asta, everyone is going to be like, it's going to be okay. Isn't that right, Asta? So you're like Ray mentioned, he's not the Yamcha of the series. He's the Goku of the series. Not everything will be done and fixed until Asta gets it done and fixed.
If he was Saitama, this would have been done a little while ago. Just saying. By the way, read One Punch Man, chat. I need you to read One Punch Man, please. It is very, very good.
Yeah, because all I hear is art slaps every time.
It's not even that, it's just the art. The art is incredible, but like the story is also really good. Like, bro.
The characters are really well written.
Characters have come so far. So, I'm all about that life. But no, that's all I got to say about Black Clover. I'm waiting for next week. It was good.
Same. Other than that, I haven't read any of the chapters of today, but do you guys have chapter of the week? Like chapter of the last issue? Because I know I haven't read the rest of the chapters. Sam, did you or Ray?
It is gonna be Sakamoto days for me. Because Grandpa knows. Grandpa does some outrageous shit.
Okay, Grandpa does some outrageous shit. The chapter of the week. Okay.
For me, chapter of the week is our new one.
Doros.
Yeah.
I have not touched that yet.
I like it a lot, actually. So, I'm not gonna say it's like, oh, you gotta read this, because every time I do that, it dies.
I caught up with Ayashiman.
Oh yeah, I'm not caught up on that one.
It's weird. There's a lot of there's a lot of fourth wall breaking into it.
Is it better?
Protect me, Shugamaru.
I touched the first chapter. I mean,
I have not read that yet.
It was alright.
It's alright. But I like this Doron. Doron was good, so that's my chapter straight up.
All right, that's good to hear. For me, I don't have a chapter of the week. For those that did not see in the timeline, I will be reacting to Hunter x Hunter sometime tonight at 6 or 7.
How many years has it been? It's been like 2 years.
A year and like 5 months, a year and 4 months, something like that. But before I do Hunter x Hunter, in the same stream, I'm also react to the chapters I've been behind on. So will be Sakamoto Days, will be couple other sisters, Missions of Her Family. So we can just chill and vibe. No, I'm gonna do that with Shaka next month when the new chapter drops, which I think is next week or 2 weeks from now. So I'm gonna do that with Shaka again on stream. So, but for those that don't know, I'm gonna do a stream Hunter x Hunter over on twitch.tv/anime which would be Hunter x Hunter. But before that, we will be starting off with Weekly Shonen Jump issues I will read, which should probably take a good 30 minutes or 40 minutes tops of issues I want to read. Chill, lay back, so I can watch Hunter x Hunter for the 6 to 12 episodes that I'll be doing. So, other than that, any last thoughts before we head out, guys, for the last chapter of the last Weekly Shonen Jump issue of the year?
I remember, go read some more manga. Try some stuff that you haven't tried before. There's so much stuff out there. Like, just read more manga. That's all I ask you to do. Just
I'm opening myself to these new series that just came out. So
same. Like, there's a lot of stuff to read. So
just Shonen Jump. Don't cancel them, please. I'm tired of reading series I like and then have hope for them.
If people read them, you never know where they're gonna go. I just want people to give more stuff a shot. So
agree.
I don't say you got to read everything, but just try new things. You never know what you're gonna like. Except meth, not even once.
Definitely down with that transition, guys. We should definitely read stuff. Take a break, enjoy yourself. Mental health matters. Definitely give yourself a break to where you can. Come back to reading, watch some anime, watch some TV shows, and don't listen to timeline always. Judge your own self, what you like to watch, what you like to read, and enjoy yourself. And see you guys next time on the first issue of Weekly Shonen Jump of 2022, aka next week, episode 27 of Shonen Ronin on the new season of Shonen Ronin, aka the Weekly Shonen Jump. See you guys on the next one.
Longest out, Trevor. Yeah, you're right. Bye.